So for today's news, we have to talk about an unnecessary situation, a mistake if you will, that for whatever ridiculous reason continues to happen. In my opinion, it's a very simple thing to avoid in travel. An American has been arrested over in the Caribbean island of Turks and Caicos for allegedly bringing ammunition over to this place where they are very strict about their laws when it comes to guns and ammunition. And what's crazy about this is that this is not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third, it's not the fourth, it's the fifth time that this has happened with an American tourist going over to Turks and Caicos, bringing ammunition and getting arrested. And now, in this point in time, this man in particular is facing 12 years in prison. The believed to be perpetrator in this story is 40-year-old Ryan Watson. He's a father of two from Oklahoma. Now, I do have some video clips that I want to show you in this video that kind of details what happened. There's an interview with Ryan. He's explaining what happened, and then we'll kind of break it down as we go along.
Relaxing weekend on the islands of Turks and Caicos has turned into a nightmare for Ryan Watson of Oklahoma. He was arrested on April 11th after airport security allegedly found hunting ammunition within his luggage.
He's 40 years old. He was with his wife. He says the whole thing was an accident. Watson is one of three Americans, all men, who are currently detained in the Turks and Caicos for violating the island's very strict firearms law. And Ryan Watson joins us now. Ryan, thank you very much for being here. We keep saying security allegedly found ammunition. They did find ammunition, right? It's just a question of whether the response is appropriate?
That's correct, yes. They found 4 rounds of hunting ammunition that I had no idea was in the bag.
So a few things to unpack here, but first off, I'm going to state the obvious. Personally, I am blown away. I'm baffled at the fact that this has happened a 5th time, because we've seen something like this happen as recently, I believe, what, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, with somebody carrying ammunition over in the Turks and Caicos. Now they are also facing 12 years. I did a video on it. I talked about it. I say all this because I know there is a lot of content out there, a lot of news out there, but somebody going over to Turks and Caicos, especially somebody that typically may have ammunition, a hunter or something of that nature, I would imagine that there would be a friend or somebody that would reference them to the situation that has been taking place over there, considering that it had happened 4 times prior to this man even going over there. To be fair here, looking at one side of the coin, and I guess somewhat Ryan Watson's defense, he stated in an interview that he went to TSA just fine. I believe he had like 4 bullets, 4 rounds of ammunition, and TSA didn't pick it up. My only thing here is, what is the point of TSA if they can't catch bullets of all things? I'm going to the airport and spending an extra 2 to 3 hours in a line trying to get to my flight, and they can't even find bullets. To me, that's a little curious, a little suspicious in my opinion. They need to step their game up over there. That being said, that doesn't mean that it's an excuse, because Ryan Watson is a grown man. He's 40 years old. He's not a child. If he is going hunting or what have you, yes, he's a full-grown, functioning adult. It is on him to double, triple, quadruple check his bag to make sure there are no bullets in his luggage before he goes to a foreign country where they have strict laws about guns and ammunition.
Why does it seem that your intention, the full context of your story, doesn't seem to land with the judicial system or the prosecuting officials there in the Turks and Caicos?
I'm not sure. I still hold on to prayer that, that consideration be given to the fact that we had zero intent to break any law. This was just an oversight, and it's something that I'm deeply, deeply sorry for. I completely respect their laws and stand behind what they're trying to accomplish with their gun laws, but I just still pray that there's some consideration that there was zero intent behind this, and this was 100% a mistake.
Okay, Mr. Watson, I apologize, but I'm going to call BS on that one. You can't respect the laws over in a foreign country if you don't know the laws in said foreign country. He's saying that he understands why they're doing what they're doing. However, he's trying to kind of get out of it because he had no intent. While that may be true, and is more than likely true, the reality is the laws are the laws over at Turks and Caicos. That being said, yes, especially for us Americans, somebody having a gun or ammunition is not so much of a big deal. But you got to think over there, while that may not have been his intention to do anything crazy over there or sell the bullets to anybody. All it would take is him maybe trying to discard the bullets in the trash, and then somebody else finds those bullets, and now they're going to load their gun up, and now you potentially have a situation. Obviously, this is on the extreme case, but there is a reason why they have those laws in place, because they want to avoid these situations altogether, because one slip up could cause a potential tragedy or a loss of life.
I don't see how imprisoning me is going to help them in any way, or but yeah, that's not my decision to make, unfortunately.
Certainly. I mean, I think about the importance of tourism for a place like Turks and Caicos, and how that might frighten other people from traveling there.
Absolutely.
To be clear, this was not a gun. This was ammunition
Just
that was
ammo,
found,
yeah.
which is, it's striking. Talk to us about, what are you facing? You're out on bail. What does that mean for you? What's next?
Yeah, so I am currently on bail, but I'm remanded to the island, so I'm not allowed to leave the island. I have to let the courts know my whereabouts at all times, and I have to check in to a local police station twice a week, and remain in constant contact with my attorney.
So obviously you can see the anchor and the co-anchor or co-host, they are obviously siding with Ryan on this, and they're trying to give him a little bit of grace and more so kind of cater to exactly what he's saying and sympathize with it. Completely understandable. But when you see the co-anchor, she's stating that this somehow in some way will affect the tourism over in Turks and Caicos. Why? Because somebody can't follow the simple laws that are over there. Now, that being said, obviously 12 years is absolutely ridiculous, especially when it can potentially be proven that there was no malice intent behind any of this. Realistically, this is sad and tragic, and I do hope everything works out for Ryan Watson and his family. As you can see, he is stuck at Turks and Caicos, basically has to check in to a probation officer and keep in contact with his lawyer while he remains over there. And I guess if he wants to see his family, they have to then fly over and visit him. But somebody please riddle me this, because I'm legitimately confused as to why this keeps happening. If you are somebody, let's say in the United States, that you have guns and you have ammunition that you carry around with, why not just have two separate bags? One for travel, or at the bare minimum like an international travel bag, because you're unfamiliar with the laws over there and you didn't do your research, or whatever the case may be. Have a separate bag for when you travel, and then you have a separate bag for your guns. I thought that was kind of a standard. I thought people have gun bags and ammunition bags. They don't use the same bag for when they are traveling abroad. Somebody please explain that in the comment section. I'd really appreciate it. There's not too much left to say here. However, I do want to remind all of you, it doesn't matter if you're taking a cruise, it doesn't matter if you are flying over to a foreign destination, please do your research and respect the laws over there. It's not just an American thing. One thing I notice about people that travel to other parts of the world, other countries, is that they are typically going to somewhat align with what they think is moral and the laws of their original country of origin. They don't do their research, and when something goes down, everybody wants to call and yell and scream that things ain't fair. The world is not fair, and we can't sit here and judge how other places operate when we are not from those places, and everybody's arguing back and forth who's right, who's wrong. To me, it doesn't make sense. Respect the cultures of other places that you visit, respect the laws over there, because the last thing you want is to be arrested and locked up in a foreign destination, because now you have all of this other BS that you have to deal with. So just food for thought. But of course, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Hit that like button on your way out, subscribe if you haven't already. Of course, if you want to book a cruise or any type of travel vacation, the vacation of a lifetime, make sure you check out our official channel sponsor, Lux Rally. Link for it will be in the description box below, as well as pinned in the comments. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.